Hello, today is Friday, May 7th, and today I worked on some doubles for the competition Snatch, Clean and Jerk, and Front Squat. And today went pretty well. I'm very happy with how today went. So last week, what I did for this day of the week was 195 for the Snatch doubles and 245 for the Clean and Jerks. And the clean and jerks went well last week, but the snatches weren't great. I only made like 3 or so reps or something like that. Although that day was still pretty productive. But this time around for this week, for this session, I went up 10 pounds for both. 205 for the snatch working sets, and then 255 for the clean and jerks. And yeah, it went well. Though I will say, while I was warming up for the snatches, it didn't really seem like things were going to go well. Some of the reps I did certainly weren't indicative that the working sets would go well. Like here, like I missed 135, like the full snatch at 135, and I haven't missed 135 in a while, just because, at this point, it really, is 135 is sort of just, I don't really know what to call it. I don't want to say it's it's super easy for me to not even have to think about, but it's close to that, I feel like. I don't know. But I think that miss and a few of the other misses here and there sort of have to do with what I was thinking about today. So with the snatch, I've been, continuing to think about the things I have been thinking about that I've talked about in my other training logs. But on top of that, a bigger emphasis on pushing hard with legs. Because I was talking to my coach, and some of the misses that I've had were because the bar sort of ends up a little bit too far forward. And it's just in front of me so that I'm not able to catch it. But doing this would sort of help the trajectory of the bar and help put it in the right place so that I can catch it, I guess. Here, yeah, same sort of deal. I push it a little too hard, and my weight is all back on my heels. Then I actually kind of catch it, but then the momentum makes me fail forwards. And then that one I'd make, but even that one was just a little I'd step forward. And the same thing here, I end up on my heels, and I just can't support it because I feel like I sent it too far back. So almost like an overcorrection of the issue that I was trying to fix. Yeah, so here's my first working set. I made the first one, which made me feel like I was pretty nervous going into the set because I failed the last two warm-ups. But after I made that first rep, I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. It won't be a terrible day. Unfortunately, I missed that second rep, but then, yeah, and then this second set, unfortunately, yeah, so that was a pretty close rep. I feel like I could have hung on to it, but, yeah, and then this second rep, I don't super recall. It was probably, like most second rep failures, it was probably because of an overcorrection of how the first rep went. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, that one, it also looks like I pulled too hard and I ended up on my heels. Yeah, I feel like I could have done that, what I just did there, for the first rep of the second set, the set right before this. So, I don't know. I could be optimistic and think about the first rep of set 2 as, could have been a make, or be more pessimistic and count the first rep of this one as not a make. I don't know. But anyway, so here is when I finally make a double. I haven't made a snatch double in the past 3 or 4 snatch sessions. And so more than anything with this set, I was just really stoked that I was able to successfully make a double. Just because I haven't done that in such a long time. And that was one of the goals I think I had going into today's session. I was like, okay, let's, yes! Yeah. yeah, pretty happy. I look so stupid, like prancing around, but yeah. And then this set is the set that followed the first double. I think is even better. And this is the set that sort of sealed the deal as, okay, today was a really solid snatch session, despite some of the hiccups here and there in the warm-ups. Yeah, so pretty stoked about how that went. I think like I was a little bit more intentional and deliberate with like my warm-ups, not just going through the motions and like making sure that like even with the light weights I'm moving properly. Because one thing I feel like I have been doing lately is sort of just rushing through the warm-ups and not getting out of them like what I can get out of them. And so I think that sort of mindset approaching the warm-ups helped a lot. Also helped deal with sort of some of the fails in the warm-ups. Like I just sort of saw them as like, okay, like I fucked up, let's just fix it. And then once I fix it, we can move on. And I didn't sort of let that faze me too much, which I think helped a lot. Because I think it could have gone way, way worse than it actually did. Like I could have let those warm-ups, those fails on the warm-ups get to my head and just like fuck me up mentally to like not make a single rep for the working sets. But yeah, I'm pretty I guess I'm pretty proud of myself of how I handled that. Yeah. And then I moved on to clean and jerks. Same sort of philosophy approaching the warm-ups. Deliberate, intentional, making sure I'm moving correctly. And yeah, just getting out of them exactly what I can. And it's honestly pretty crazy how I feel like I'm moving like a completely different person compared to like Wednesday. Like my cleans, my jerks, they all felt like just so different from how they were feeling on Wednesday. Like I was moving like a completely different athlete almost. Like these jerks felt so solid. The cleans felt really easy. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm like smiling while I'm talking about this, just because I'm like still sort of on that high of having come off that great session. But like even like 195, like it's like dumb. It's like I don't know. Okay, I don't want to call it dumb light because I'm like there are times when I jerk 195 and it's like not great, but like it just felt like paperweight today. That jerk was not super great because like my front foot was not out in front as I should have gotten it. So my like the base of my stance was not as stable, I guess, just because it was smaller. But yeah, that 230 jerk felt great, and it's my last warm-up at 245. Clean still feeling really easy compared to like when I failed the first rep of 240 on Wednesday, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, and then jerk wasn't easy for sure, but it definitely felt solid. Yeah, and so my goal approaching these working sets was just based off how I was feeling with the warm-ups. I was like, okay, I think I can make of the 3 to 5 set range. I bet I can make the first 3 sets all makes and then just call it there versus having to spend the extra 2 sets. And so here, yeah, I'm just stoked about the fact that I was successfully able to jerk 255, given how, yeah, just how shitty of a how shitty of a workout Wednesday was, which was only 2 days ago. And then, fortunately, I don't meet my goal of only doing 3 sets because I failed this jerk. But I think the only, I have it locked out overhead. I just, it ends up a little too far forward. Yeah, but I feel that like right then and there I was like, oh my gosh, that was so close. But yeah, that was the only fail. That was the only miss for the clean and jerks. And then set 3 and 4, I make successfully. And so I think the 4th set is definitely was certainly my best jerk. Both both at this weight, honestly, and just I feel like in general, like I don't know what it was today, but like my jerks just felt really solid. Like they haven't felt that before. I guess the last time it felt like that was like last week with the 245, but it felt even better this week. Yeah, again, I'm just like sort of in confusion as to how consistently worse I am on Wednesdays. But yeah, that was like such a solid feeling jerk, and like, yeah, I don't know, just really stoked about how that went. Yeah, nothing else much to say, I guess, other than I think the fact that I was like, the way I approached my warm-ups this time around versus the way I have been lately, I guess, I think was probably the biggest thing that that made today good. Yeah, I mean, because, I don't know, like, I feel like on Wednesday, if I had done the same, if I had taken a little bit more time on my warm-up, and made sure that I was like moving properly before moving on to heavier warm-ups, I think I probably would have been in a better position by the time I got to the working sets, but I just sort of rushed through them without making sure that like I was doing everything properly, and then ended up at a point where I just couldn't move well with that weight. Definitely some things to learn here regarding that, especially given just how well today went. And I also can acknowledge that that's obviously not going to be like a foolproof plan to always make the session good, because I'm sure there will be days where I sort of have the same deliberate warm-up mindset, but the day still goes wrong, which is okay, but I think having that mindset will certainly help. But yeah, oh yeah, and then I did front squats, and they were fine. There's some reps here and there where I could have sort of done better with like active hips and having those hips set back. But overall, I mean, I'm very tired coming off of those clean and jerks. So given that, I think they're pretty good. But yeah, finished off with some pull-ups, and that's about it. Yeah, pretty happy with today. So yeah.